I think it was the perfect storm this year. Um, from January 1st, we lost Kobe Bryant. Boom. That that was, when I say heartbreaking for the whole United States of America, heartbreaking. Then after that, we lost Kobe Bryant. Then they shut sports down, right? After they shut sports down, we couldn't go outside, you know. Then they killed someone on national TV for the world to see. You know, four cops choke a man out, and it lit the whole United States, the world on fire, the world on fire, because it was no excuse, it was nothing, and so that happened. Then the protest happened. The reason why the protest happened, the reason why they asked them, because no one was working, nobody was working. Everyone, there's no sports, nobody had a job, and nothing but free time. Perfect storm. Perfect storms for riots and protests, you know, and that's literally been 2020. It been the perfect storm, you know, and we lost Black Panther, you know, Wakanda forever, you know, like it's just we this year been such a dramatic year for so many people. Right now, it's such a crazy heaviness over the world. You know what I mean? It's just this between COVID-19. I mean, the deaths that it caused all over worldwide. It's a global tragedy. You know, and it's sad about how it's sad, the sadness that everyone feels of the loved ones that they lost and the loved ones that were just suddenly taken away. You know, and the state of the world is in a crisis state. You know, and I guess we're gonna get through it. Like, we're living history right now. Like 20 years from now, little kids gonna be reading this in the history books. Like, we're living history. We did this the culture, the economic, everything change will forever be changed. The social aspect of everything is changing right now. I live in West Philly, so during the protests happened, they rioted. They rioted 69th Street, 52nd Street. That's literally around the corner from my house. They burnt down, and they raided everything, like all the Mac ATM machines on local corners were robbed, destroyed. Honestly, I get it. You know, I'm not even understand the outrage and the frustration that the Black community had throughout the United States was at a boiling point, and I understood. You know, I understood that. And the thing is, it's not our stuff. It's not necessary. We don't own a Rite Aid. I don't own a Walmart. I don't own a Target. I don't own none of that. Me personally, as a Black man, I just understand the things that are set up against me. You know what I mean? Just between systematic racism, I mean, it's wild. But we are open to it now. We're wiser to it. And I think people want to change, because it's not going to, for us to grow as a country, it has to change. The realization that no matter how far or what I accomplish, I'm still a Black man. I'm still considered dangerous because of the color of my skin. You know, no matter what education I go through or what I do, I'm still considered dangerous or a threat because of the color of my skin. And to grow up and to have this same conversation in 2020 that people have been having since 1982, you know, it's wild to me. It's like, wow, like things haven't changed. It's just that people can record it now. As a Black man, the anger and the sadness that I feel, I'm not sure racism will ever leave. That's my personal opinion. I feel like that's one of those things, wherever you have different groups of people, someone's gonna hate someone for something petty. I think that's just, it been like that before BC. You know what I mean? AD, like, it been like that since the history of histories, you know? So I think racism is one of those things that I mean, I think you're taught, not born with, but I don't. It's definitely not gonna go anywhere. You know what I mean? Until we literally become one race, but we are a human race. We have to break the systematic racism. We have to just stop being fearful of one another. You know, we got to get rid of that old mindset. Um, that right there, we got to be honest with ourselves and say, yo, racism is real. Be honest with who we are as Americans and say, hey, things haven't been working. A lot of things that we try to keep hush are now not so hush anymore. You know, a lot of voices that were silent speaking up, you know, because they feel like they have the right to, or they're comfortable, you know. Um, it's not cool like that. This our generation, we want change, but the change begins with us, you know, begins with what we do and how we move. We're at a point where we want change, and we want to make that change happen one way or the other. I think it's almost at its apex, climax, whatever you want to say, is at its boiling point. I'm glad Black lives do matter. We do matter, you know, and a lot of people, when people say all lives matter, blue, like, yo, that's not what people are saying. We're not we're not downplaying another person just to uplift us. You know, we're not saying we're better than. You know, we're not doing none of that. Just saying we matter. That's it. And I don't. I think that's reasonable. That's a reasonable thing to say, to believe, to feel. You matter. You matter. You know, we matter. That little black girl, that little black boy, they matter. Their lives matter. You know, from Joyce Floyd, Breonna Taylor. I don't know, when people start moving and walking in love, that's when things can change.